Hello, everybody. Not Sandbox, because he's only here for Omar. The rest of us are here for everyone on Play Economy. Welcome. This is another wonderful episode of Play Economy. I am one of your lovely hosts, Rhinoceros Rex, joined by, as always, by the illustrious Beckatron. And today, we are hopping in with Omar. I guess OG, aka Just Omar, aka Just Omar 77.
Not just Omar.
Not just Omar.
So much
Give
more.
yourself a little credit. Yeah. I guess introduce yourself real quick, and then we'll go over some quick housekeeping stuff.
Before I do that, I just want to highlight how much fun it was listening to that intro soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
so I could,
that song bang, that slaps. Yeah,
it slaps. I could get used to that for sure. No, thanks for having me, guys. So my name's Omar Ghanem, so that's where the OG comes from. So that's how the community knows me. I'm the head of gaming at Polkastarter, which is a Web3 fundraising platform that allows Web3 projects to raise funds from the community. We've helped raise over $50 million across 100 projects, but more excitingly, or at least more of a focus for the conversation, Polkastarter Gaming acts as a investor, advisor, community builder, and content creator in Web3 gaming. And I think we've got some exciting stuff to talk about today, so I can't wait. Let's get started.
Yeah, I'm super jazzed because the reason that we're here is to talk about the Game with a 3, not an E, awards that are happening December 15th. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we will. I'm actually pretty excited about this episode because we get to dig into like all these games that are building in Web3 and get like a good showcase. Before we dive into that, though, we do have to shout out. You'll see right above Beckatron's head, right there. There's a lovely logo for SXBet.
Yes.
It is SXBet is the sponsor of this show, and what SXBet asked for me to do before we jumped into the actual game awards that are hosted by Polkastarter.gg, we wanted to give out some gaming superlatives for a lot of very well-known video game characters that you would recognize. And this, I did an extensive search. I did an extensive vote call. Okay, the public weighed in, very similar to Family Feud. You ask 100 people on the street. They give an answer, and then you take the top one. I spent a lot. Basically, what I'm saying is I spent a lot of time doing this. So you should not think that I finished writing the ad roughly 3 minutes before we hopped on the stream. So without further ado, the first superlatives by the SXBet sponsor is Sonic the Hedgehog. And after I asked 100 people on the street, he is most likely to still be trying to put a ring on it. That is Sonic the Hedgehog, his superlative, most likely to still be trying to put a ring on it. The next one up, Pac-Man. As you all know from the game with the ghosts, Pac-Man, his superlative is most likely to swallow instead of spitting, which is very nice. Yes, this is definitely SXBet definitely made sure that I put that superlative out there, so remember that. Next up is Solid Snake, as you all know from the kind of shooter, futuristic battle warrior guy. His superlative, it's just an exclamation point. That's all it is. It's just a little, and everyone knows the sound that it makes. It's just the exclamation point. That's all. Next up, Chun-Li. You know her from Street Fighter. Most likely to go on a murder spree with death by Snoo Snoo. So that one, those thunder thighs, they don't lie. Next up, similar vein, Lara Croft. Most dateable pixels is the what the crowd said is Lara Croft has the most dateable pixels out there. So just so you know. The next one, Cloud. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, definitely not fast. The next one is Cloud Strife. You might know him from such Final Fantasy games as Final Fantasy VII. He got most likely to be a simp, which is very interesting out there. But I guess I get it. The next one, topical because of everything going on. Tom Nook, that adorable little raccoon. He's most likely, again, I asked 100 people this, and surprisingly enough, over 75 people gave this answer. Most likely to Sam Bankman-Fried your funds while being the guy who's making the island look better. Okay, which is a very interesting take. The last one, or actually, there's three more. The next one. This was an interesting one. I don't know why so many people brought up this, but the Z-shaped Tetris block. You all know what I'm talking about. That one is most likely to fill the empty hole in my heart. So that one is a good one there. Next up, Beccatron. She also got her superlative, which is most likely to get a game skin made after her out of the two hosts on Playconomy first. Which I don't know if I agree with the crowd sentiment there, but I don't know. The crowd sometimes says. And then the last superlative is for Rhinoceros Rex, and that is most likely to shill SX.bet, which is the largest blockchain betting platform by both volume and users, with over 225 million in bets since its inception. You can bet on major sports, professional sports, esports, crypto, NFTs, and more. They flip the script on traditional centralized betting platforms by allowing you to own the house, not just bet against the house. And there you have it, the SX.bet 2022 superlatives for video game characters. Thank you for tuning in. That is the bit.
Do you think they're going to be excited?
Oh no, is your Wi-Fi acting up again, Becca? But yes, hopefully they're excited. All of the video game characters to get their awards in the mail. Yeah, I will definitely let them know after. But your Wi-Fi is back, I think. Okay, cool. So OG. Why are we here? What are we talking about today? Spill the dirt, and we'll dive in and learn a bunch.
We're here to talk about the incredible ad.
Thank you.
That was very, very thorough and well thought of. I mean, yeah, I just wanted to kind of hop on and talk to you guys a bit more about what we're doing with the Game Awards, and a bit of a background about why we did things the way that we did them, why we've made it apparently impossible for anyone to pronounce it as Game Awards. I've heard all sorts of iterations.
What if they said, because I loved Artifact. People kept saying "rat fucked." Like that was brilliant. What if
I heard like or some shit. It was just the sound.
Yeah.
The worst one I heard was Gam3 for sure. By far.
Gam3.
But some people
awards.
would just be like Game 3, and I'd be like, I mean, nice try, but like it's just game. Like it's not meant to be pronounced differently. It's just meant to be written and kind of designed differently. But yeah, I would love to kind of talk to you guys about that. Obviously, Ryan, you were one of the judges on board as well. So it was great torturing you.
So it's rigged.
I know, it's definitely rigged. That's why this whole stream is titled "Don't Take Ryan's Advice," because I probably get it wrong. But yeah, so talk to me a bit about the awards. Like I'm super keen to like learn why you guys wanted to bite this off, what you're looking for, and like what you hope to bring with this kind of stuff.
I think it's can you hear me all right? Because my mic's a bit far. People complain. Okay, cool. It's kind of the culmination of everything that happened this year and kind of just the journey that we've been on with Web3 gaming. I remember when I first joined Polkastarter to set up Polkastarter Gaming December of last year, like the quality of games was just not there.
Right.
And it was all repetitive. It was all just copycat Axie games with different animals and things like that. Yeah. And now like it's only been almost it's 11 months, almost 12, but it's only been a year, but it feels like the evolution of all these games has like almost 5x or whatever. We're seeing stuff that's super high quality, built on Unreal Engine 5, stuff that's coming to console next year, which is like huge in my opinion. And I think it's always been an idea. We always said, oh, it would be pretty cool to do an award show towards the end of the year. We never really followed through on it because we had so much stuff to do. And obviously the market was crashing and there was just like so much stuff to take care of. But it was, I think, what really pushed it, or the catalyst for it was, or at least personally, what made me push hard for this was I went to like an event that had Web3 gaming as like part of the discussions, and people were still talking about Axie. Like not to
Yeah.
take anything away from Axie, but it almost seemed like that was it. Like we could not see beyond it. We could not see that there's anything else in the space. It was always what went wrong, why did it fail,
Mm,
why did it
Yeah.
collapse, what happened, and it was like, dude, what about like all these other games? What about this
yeah.
game that's giving away $10,000 in the tournament like this weekend? What about that game that's on PC and is super high quality? Like it really just triggered that kind of chain event, which was okay, let's just put this show together. And I think everything that happened after was just a consequence of us wanting to do this like in a legit way. um I'm sure there are multiple
Yeah.
awards, and I'm sure awards will continue to come out, but we didn't want this to be like the Polkastarter Gaming Awards, because like it's always a question of who are you to decide. So we put together like a jury from all over the industry. We got some really smart people that have either been in Web3 gaming or just gaming in general. So I mean, a lot of names that you might be familiar with are like Justin Khan, the former co-founder of Twitch.
Hmm.
We've got Irv, who's the head of global games at Polygon. Yoshi Hashimoto actually directed Sonic, which was funny because you mentioned it earlier. So he directed Sonic.
It's a good thing you didn't make a super faux pas superlative on that one.
Yeah, so he directed Sonic Unleashed and like Final Fantasy, and he was the Square Enix CTO. So we got like some
Mm.
really smart people on board, plus everyone that's in the ecosystem. So the Solana guys, the Avalanche guys, the BNB guys, the IMX guys,
Mhm.
and so on. And we basically said, okay, if all of us can get in a room and decide what the top games are in the industry, this should be a fair representation of what we think the best games in Web3 are.
Yeah.
And then I think it just kept snowballing. So we said, okay, could we do more? Could we give away prizes to the games? And that's when we started getting partners in saying, we could do a grant. Yeah, we could do this. Yeah, we could do that. And, that ended up being, I think we announced that it's 300K, but it's now close to
Yeah.
like 500K. And it could
Holy
continue to
smokes.
go up over the next week or so. So yeah, I mean, that was the inspiration behind it. We're not trying to do something that's extraordinary in the sense of like no one's ever thought of this before, but we really want to just showcase Web3 games without getting shunned by the gaming industry. So we didn't call it Web3 Game Awards for that specific
Right.
reason, which is everyone will read it and just skip by and say, oh, they're probably a bunch of shit games. We said, let's just call it Game Awards, flip the E so it's obvious that it's Web3 if you pay attention. If not, you'll
Yeah.
just check them out and you'll say, oh, that looks pretty cool. I'll try it out. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of the idea.
Nice. I'm super curious on the end there. So you mentioned almost 500K, if not more, in grants. So what is that like when if there's a game that wins one of the categories, they get like access to specific grants, or is it for specific awards? I'm just super curious.
It depends on the partners. So like
Yeah.
some partners said we'll give away a grant to like Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Others said well, like we'll do like a 1 year distribution deal for free for Game of the Year, but we'll do like 6 months for the rest of the categories.
Oh
Some
wow.
partners said I only care about best esports game, so we'll sponsor that prize. I don't care about anyone else.
Nice.
So it was just like everyone's different angle. Um, I mean, we asked games what they wanted most or what they struggled with the most, especially now
Yeah.
in this current market situation. A lot of them said, I can't afford to do a security audit for my contract. A lot of them said, I can't afford to do an in-game economy audit because it just costs too much. So that's the
Right.
kind of stuff that we went after. And then obviously people said, money would be nice. So we went ahead and like got a bunch of grants as well. But yeah, the idea is just to add value, so the games don't think it's just a tweet. Like it's not just a pat on the back and great job,
Right.
your game of the year, woo. It's like you've got something on the line, right? Like you could actually win some prizes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I also like because especially some of the games, depending on the blockchain they're on, a lot of them have been awarded grants, and with the market tanking, the funds that they were thinking that they were going to be able to pour into their game and the resources that they had is like gone down 80%, and so now they're like figuring out new ways to do this. So I think this what's really, really cool about that is like if you actually have been building a really, really cool game, this could be a lifeline in certain instances, which is that's nice to hear. Don't want the good stuff to go out.
No, 100%. I mean, another like I guess outcome of this that I really like personally is a lot of like jury members saw games for the very first time, right? So like you can be in this space all you want, but you haven't seen every single game. And when we put that list, so we narrowed down like a list of 500 games in total to like 106 that are playable and are actually quality enough to judge in a competition. And then the jury funneled it down even further to like I think the final nominations are now 32 games. A lot of like jury members said, hey, can I get an intro into XYZ team? Can I talk to these guys? Are they building on this chain? Are they exclusive? So I think it opened up a lot of doors for a lot of the games. Even if they don't win, at least they've got an intro to some VC, or
Yeah.
some sub DAO might be interested. So that's kind of another point that I think was a solid outcome of this.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah, I love everything. Plus, like, to your point, I'm one of the jury members. It's kind of important, whatever. But it's actually super, like, there are a lot of games on that. Oh no,
Oh,
Omar.
Ryan, he didn't like that joke,
I
Ryan.
know. He's like,
He
all
was
right,
like-
you're off. I'm no longer a jury member. I think I just got an email.
You just got an email canceled.
I know. I just got the email. I just got canceled. I'm no longer a jury member, it turns out. But glad you're back in. But yeah, so like there was a lot of games that I hadn't seen before, or it gave me a new look at, because I had maybe seen gameplay a year ago, or like a super behind the scenes or whatever, and now I'm seeing like the much more polished, much more developed version of whatever it is. So it's been pretty cool to see that. Becca, I don't know if you have any questions.
I mean, can you answer even my question? My questions are like, having been so close to this, I mean, kind of both of you. I don't think you can answer them though, because if you're judging this contest, because my question is gonna be like, what are some of your favorites? I want highlights. It's hard.
So this is actually
show. We should have a show
it's all right. So this is a good chance. So what we can talk about is things that we like without saying this is my favorite. So I wanted to show off. So there was a couple tiers, right? Game of the year was one of the things, and most anticipated games. So really, like, for all the people out there that haven't watched or seen a lot of the games that are out there, like, I want this to be seen everywhere, because, and I put out a way too long tweet thread about this. There are so many really cool games getting built, and like the number one thing, like you said at the beginning, Omar, is like a lot of people just think Web3 gaming is shit. And number one, like, in my opinion, don't get me wrong, like Axie like went up to whatever and then crashed and burned on a token price. But like, that's not, there were tens of thousands of players who loved Axie before it was all hype and price train and replacing people's incomes. And there are still people that are playing it today because they love a pick'em 3 game that's a little bit of strategy. And like, so what I want to do is showcase, like, hey, you as a player that's out there, you're probably playing some sort of Web 2 game. There's a Web 3 game out there that's getting built for you today. Maybe you'll find it through this list, through some video, through whatever. Because again, it's not all. Everyone has a game for themselves.
Well, you know, Ryan, on that note, I thought it was really interesting when we were chatting with Undead Blocks last night, and kind of like the sunsetting of Call of Duty Zombies, then focusing more on Warzone, and then Walking Dead being sunset. It's like there's kind of like a vacuum for zombie games, right? And so even though, you know, like hopefully the Web3 element isn't going to, you know, turn people off, but that's like an interesting kind of concept. So yeah, to your point, there are so many niche audiences that it's like, if there is an ability to own and earn, or whatever the kind of, you know, economics or the kind of, you know, Web3 element, if you will, there's probably someone who's interested in playing that genre.
Yeah, which is awesome. So to answer your question, how will this upcoming event impact the Web3 gaming ecosystem? It can only be bullish. You know, it's, the idea is
up only.
Like, I think we're hopefully bottoming out. So regardless of whatever else happens, it's up only. But the idea is, it really does showcase like what is being built in the Web3 space. That is, it has, like, there are, like, look at Shrapnel. Look at that hype video that Shrapnel came out with, right? You don't have to mention NFTs or anything. And someone who plays Call of Duty, or someone who plays any other first-person shooter game that's in love with like techno, like punk kind of stuff, they're like, oh shit, maybe I should go check out this game. Like, it doesn't, and then they learn stuff afterward, that it's all like cool player ownership aspects and all this kind of stuff. So without further ado, I think that's a good time. I pulled up and we can look through some gaming screens and show some of the most anticipated games that are coming out, and let me know how this sounds. Is this too loud? Is this too quiet?
Hey guys, Tor here from the 9 Heroes dev team.
Is it good?
We just released our gameplay trailer, and now we want to take you guys through what we did, why we did it, and what's next for the team.
Wow, 9 Heroes has got some
really
great
hope you
graphics.
enjoyed the gameplay trailer. We had a blast making it, and we are so excited to see the comments you have. Wow. Just to give
also
a bit
some
of a
sultry
backstory
lo-fi
for our game
jams.
and our team. Our ambition
Huge
at Nine
fan.
Heroes is to build a AAA PvP third-person battle royale game featuring cats in mechs using
Ooh.
Unreal
That's a
5 as our
mouthful,
game
huh?
engine.
AAA.
Yes.
Our game is free to play
PvP,
using
battle
blockchain
royale.
technology, empowering players to own their own assets within the game and participate in a deeper way than traditional games.
Let's see. What else do we
Nine
got?
Heroes is a
I'm
new
not trying to
IP
sit through all
built by
5
a
minutes
new
of this.
Yeah.
opponents traverse between
wow.
platforms or to retract, as shown here.
Very
We have a shield
interesting.
ability which shields the player by rotating around them. And the final ability we're showing off is a rocket barrage that launches.
So like that's cool. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing the screen for a second. Like that is cool. That gameplay looks amazing. The cityscape, and I'll pull it up one more time because I'm now just seeing there's
Giant
a giant cat statue in the
Let's not
background.
mess with meow meow.
Yeah. Meow meow. Don't skip over that. But like that looks. You don't have to say NFT. Like I would want to try that game, and if it's free to play, like to me, it's like mind-boggling how people are like saying like Web3 gaming is gonna die when you see something like that. Like that is too cool.
You know what everyone should do? It's like the EV.io conversation we had, where it's like you open the browser and you're in. It's like Amazon with their one-click checkout. Everyone just needs to have one-click gaming, like one click and you're in the game. You know, that would be even if it's like just a taste. You know,
yeah.
Just a little taste.
I think the what Grant was saying last night on like using these node farms around the world to spin up basically
servers.
like servers to play games in browsers. Streaming. Pixel streaming, which is like
it's just very
crazy.
expensive. Yes. It's very expensive. Like per user per I guess it's like per minute or whatever. It's like 8 cents or 10 cents. So that's why if they have a company, that's why you have to have some like you're generating revenue somehow, right? But if they have a partnership with this company and they're getting if they're getting like a good sweetheart deal, then great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Wait, Grant told you about the cloud gaming stuff already?
Yeah, well, he was talking about it last night. We were riffing about why we're so bullish.
Yeah, I think it's stuff like this that will really change the way people perceive Web3 games. I think the issue is, so we went from really low quality games or average quality games, you could say, to like really high quality stuff. I think there's a gap in the middle where you built up a community of like people that love mobile gaming and have accessible games on their phones, and they played Axie and all of those games. All of a sudden you now need a PC, and it's like you left them behind. That's one of the struggles that we had in our community as well. So we've got our own Discord community that's at 70,000 members, and one of the challenges that we faced was we started off and all the games were mobile. All of a sudden we had to upgrade to PC games, and you look around you and people are like, well, I don't have a PC, so I can't be part of this anymore. And we had to like find our ways around it with like, okay guys, we'll do like allowances so that you can go and play in internet cafes and join us and things like that, and trying to find ways where we can still involve them. But cloud gaming could change that narrative, because all of a sudden it's like you could play any game that's on PC on your phone. All you need is just an internet connection. But it goes back to your point of like, it's not cheap because it's new technology. But I mean, I'm like, the Undead Blocks thing could be super exciting. I think if that works out, you'll probably see a lot of other game devs and studios follow suit, because it's not easy to migrate or like make a mobile version of your game. You have to like adapt the whole thing and key everything to the buttons and so on. But if you just do cloud gaming, it's like automatic, right? So yeah.
And maybe it's like it becomes like a user acquisition story as well. There's the marketing play of like, hey, come check this out, and we'll give you a NFT pack or whatever to get started as like it's like a marketing spend. But this could be, hey, you can get like your account can get 50 minutes or whatever of playing this game on your browser to see if you want to test it out, and then go from there. As like a way to onboard some people, and then maybe they download it on their phone later or what have you. So I don't know. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about it, which is very interesting. The next one, this is actually one that we've talked about before, Becca. Treeverse.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. I love the art style in this one. Pretty hyped for it overall. those clouds.
Is this a
Cloud
new
strike.
trailer?
Sim. Big boy. Big boy.
That's my shit.
Yo, the thing that I love most about all ooh, there's a little bit left. Dude, I get so giddy for a good hype video. They have similar art styles. What is this? Koakuma. Koakuma.
Oh, I love your photo. I love Seven Deadly Sins. Whoever made that comment, Sandbox.
Yeah, Sandbox. Koakuma. Tahao Wiki. Ooh, it is kind of similar. But yes, it looks like it might be Koakuma is a devil, and she's been around to the library of the Scarlet Devil Mansion, according to the wiki. Koakuma.
Wait, but is this a Web3 game?
It's
or is this just
there is a
game?
new Web3 game. Here, let me pull it up.
Oh.
Fight for Laria.
I wonder, did the Studio Ghibli game make it on your list?
Jiggly game?
No, Studio Ghibli.
That's also up for a superlative. Jiggly game.
No, Studio Ghibli, the Japanese studio. There's they made a web.
Oh,
Like,
Nino Kuni, you mean?
Yeah, didn't we? Shit.
Nino Kuni, right? That's the one you mean.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. I think that's more of like
list?
it's on like the idle RPG side, so it's tough to compete with like RPGs when you're an idle RPG. I feel like if we do a best idle RPG category, then yeah, they'd probably win it easily. But it's tough to compete when like you have very little gameplay with games that have like so much gameplay, because then it's a completely different audience.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the thing, is I love it. I'm just so excited with all these hype videos that are coming out for all these different games, because man, I could watch hype videos all day long. Here we go. Next one coming up. Block Lords. Nino Kuni. Ooh. All right, you had me at a crumbling statue.
Okay, yeah.
Is thick with blood.
Mm-hmm.
Allegiances have been tested. Those who remain stand no chance.
Yo.
Game of Thronesy.
I know.
Very Game
yeah,
of Thrones.
this has like Final Fantasy VII intro vibes of like something like glowing down around you from the history.
These video renders are like
Lies in ruins.
nice.
Steel yourself. The enemy stands at the door. Only courage remains. There is no other choice. You must protect your house.
We're going off hype trailers so far. This is a winner.
Yo, talk about hype train. Can I get a quick air horn sound? Thank you. That is hype.
I wonder how many of those investors are going to go under because of FTX.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Makers Fund, Bitcraft, Delphi Digital, Animoca Brand, Shima
Just,
Capital.
just a disclaimer, our name's on there. So.
No exposure. That's what we have to say.
No contagion.
Yeah. No, that is intense.
But no gameplay. We didn't get to see any gameplay from that. So I feel like I thought we were going to get some gameplay.
Yeah, so it's actually a really good point. We made sure that all the games nominated for all of
Like
the
Game of the
categories
Year.
except most anticipated had to have gameplay. But if you're in most anticipated, you could just run off of a trailer. So Shrapnel doesn't have any like, I mean, there's gameplay footage, but it's not playable, so you can't really judge what that actually feels like. So a game like Shrapnel would only really qualify in most anticipated, for example. But the other games that have something that you could try, whether it's an alpha, beta, whatever, those were all the only ones that could qualify.
Here, let's check out. So we'll do some that have some gameplay now, which I think.
Wait, question: was that anticipated?
We got the Phaeton Arena, which this one I learned about for the first time through this.
Y ahora sí, bienvenidos todos Southeast Asia de este Rise of Helios. Aparece Robot Rojo para la escuadra. Va que puede llegar, la puede robar finalmente. El desintegrador cae desde el cielo. Van a resetearla. Cero que la roba. Que se viene con el 1 para 1. Caducin que va a subir al nivel 2.
These commentators, honestly,
Español commentators.
Ahora el robot. Revolution que reaparece ahora. Doble 2 al frente. Doble por
el que la tiene. Las estrellas que van a explorar. Lo mata en el último segundo.
Victoria para THC. El robot teóricamente lo defienden por el...
Oh, wow.
Es que va a caer más que lo puede acompañar.
Trying to go for that position early on onto the and Superstar will appear who could potentially contest that. And here we go with Mako again.
Va a regar. Revolution que aparece, se nos vuelve loco. Revolution puede ver la baja. Doble baja para Revolution, que es buenísimo. Obviamente el Nexo que va a ser destruido.
That's
it sounds
a mobile game
like a
too.
World Cup game or something.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I
need those commentators.
Oh man, a Spanish commentator.
Yeah.
That makes
Phaeton's one of like the classics. I feel that really get overlooked because of, you know, tokenomics and in-game economies and things like that. Like the token didn't do so well, but the game is still so much fun. So yeah, I mean, there's so much diversity in that list. I mean, Ryan, you saw it yourself. Like the range in Web3 games is far beyond what people make it seem.
Right.
And I think what we're trying to do is just like showcase that a lot more, so people understand that like if you like a certain genre, there's a game for you. You don't have to, you know, look outside or worry about not having something that you'd like.
Yeah, and so like that game is very similar to I'm forgetting the name right now, but it's from Supercell, Brawl
Stars.
Yeah, Brawl Stars. It's very similar to Brawl Stars. So it's like the thing is like today, if you are a Brawl Stars player that is spending, and God knows I spent a lot at Supercell over the years playing Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. Like you could start playing something that potentially like not all of the money is constantly going out. Like you could win some, even though it's like you're not. Don't get me wrong, you're not like feeding your children off of this, but it's like maybe there's a world where if you are good enough, you don't have to spend as much money to keep up with all the cards and the hero drops and the card packs and all the other stuff that you need, because you have these play and earn elements, which I think is, I don't know, it's just huge. So it's like cool. Like if you're a Brawl Star player, check out Phaeton Arena like today. It's on apparently on mobile. Like that's crazy.
Yep.
So then there's another one that I was pretty hyped about. Let me pull this one up. I've been seeing this a lot on Twitter, so it's nice to actually see.
Nice.
Like, yes. And so it's nice to see like some more robust.
Hi everyone,
gameplay.
and welcome to this bumper build update video showcasing some of the changes made in the 37 release. We've been hard at work adding and developing various features, so let's get straight to the first one.
Say that one more time.
I was saying, you know what this is, since we were talking about like all Brawl Stars and Phaeton, this is pretty much Fall Guys. Like,
yeah.
If you know how huge Fall Guys is, like it's a no-brainer that a game like this will get adoption from
right. Yeah.
Significant changes to the front end
anyone makes like an Among Us version or whatever.
There is one. There is one actually.
No shit. That's what I'm saying. It's like you can get users today just by saying like it's not all money out. There's a little bit of money coming back in, but you get to play the same game. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. It's such an easy onboard.
When you boot in, you may notice some subtle changes, like the options on the top menu bar now being clearer and a slight adjustment in the button arrangement. But it's
skip
by
away
clicking on your
as
Blanco
opposed
that
to-
you will see the first.
There
My
we
word
go.
for it, there's been a significant change. We've had a big move around to make the junction more accessible following some changes to Blanco movement that were introduced in a
Yeah.
recent update, as well as making it a more satisfying experience to traverse the various areas.
That's
If you
great.
explore, then you'll also see some familiar faces have reappeared, ready for some exciting new developments that will be coming over the next few months.
Look at those
Trust
hot
us,
dogs.
it's going to be
Those hot dogs.
Yeah, so that's cool. Like, there's again, like, to anyone who's out there that's like doubting that Web3 games are going to be like hot shit. I don't know.
But this was
I don't know
a
how you
huge
can.
deal.
Yeah.
They got on the Epic Games Store, and like I know like John Linden was like, spent like a lot of time kind of ideating and developing this, and like how do you get millions and millions of people on board, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, like it's I don't know. It's super cool.
Epic Games Store is like it's access to 180 million players. Like that's not a joke, right? The whole industry, like Web3 gaming, doesn't have 80 million players. So it's crazy to think. And it was, I think it was the first, but it's not the only. Now there's like Grit, which is a Gala game, is also on Epic. Star Atlas is on Epic. A lot more games are coming on Epic as well. So I definitely think like that's an easy way to just get extra attention on your game. Superior is on Steam as well. Like imagine.
Yeah, I was about to say Superior on Steam is crazy.
Yeah.
But wait, is there a Web3 element to Superior?
No, there isn't. So they're treating it like it's two different games, but it's the same game. Like it's just disconnected, which is kind of stupid. But hopefully, Steam changes their mind in the future. But the fact that you
Web3
can
version.
Superior, exactly, yeah. So I mean, it connects with your Gala account. So when you start the game, you have to go to Gala, but you don't have to do the wallet stuff. You can just do like the email sign up. But yeah, I mean, like just having the game listed on Steam, having the game listed on Epic is already
marketing.
Like,
I know. Yeah, like the Steam, if you own one of the NFTs for Superior, I think you get like an early alpha access to the Steam key through Steam. So they do like, even though it's like not like Steam is not like accepting NFTs, they're doing things for people who want to play in like the more traditional sense, which I think is really cool.
Omar, I have a question for you. So you mentioned early on when you were talking to some of these games, like the two most common things that they required was contract auditing, and I believe you said community auditing. Or
no, in-game economy auditing. I think we lost.
I got it. But Becca, you're frozen again. We need to figure out your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Does Playconomy not pay you enough for Wi-Fi out here? We don't have.
Am I still frozen?
There you are. You're back.
You're good.
I don't know what's going on. I don't like melon. Melon's a lemon. I want to go back to StreamYard.
So that's the thing is I need the separate videos. I need to be able to repurpose.
My internet is fine, and I feel like I'm getting discriminated against, you guys.
Yeah, I mean I put that setting on. Yeah, I put that setting on. So.
That's funny.
It gives me more settings. Yeah. But what were you? Yeah, what was the question again?
Oh no, I'm surprised that more games not asked about marketing.
No, they have. So I mean, I just mentioned those a few points, but like distribution and marketing has been a challenge, and like we got people like Ultra and Elixir doing free distribution agreements and listings and tournaments and sponsored prize pools and things like that. Some of our partners are actually doing like live events, and they've put up like free booths as well. Like if a game wants to go and display what they've got, so like marketing is definitely one of the the key areas. It's really just whatever the games need. I guess there's so much value in it that it depends on what position you're in, and we'll probably try to figure out a way where the games that need help in a certain way get it, and the ones that don't really need like a security audit because they've done 5 or whatever, like don't necessarily have to get that. But yeah, I mean it's just about like adding as much value. Like you said, it's a tough market, and it's very hard to like just spend capital on stuff that might not be survival priority, but it's still definitely important.
Yeah, I mean I think there's a combination here of like I think there are unfortunately going to be some really good games with some really good roadmaps that are going to bite the dust, and like half of the bear market is just surviving longer than everyone else. But at the same time, if they are like, the reason that we have this platform and that we're trying to do these things is like to really showcase people who are like like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love the idea of Payton Arena being like, if you play Brawl Stars, you have a Web3 game for you. But I also love the idea of like Web3 games that are like, we are starting a brand new IP that's going to be as big or bigger than Assassin's Creed or all the other things that are doing like really, really cool games like what Shrapnel's doing. And Mirandus, I think, is doing that as well in a very interesting way from an MMO perspective. So there's a lot of things, but there was a good question. I wanted to make sure that this got answered. What is PGG cooking for their community who wants to play games? Which is a great question.
I mean, it depends. There's a lot of stuff on the line that we haven't announced for the community voters as well. I'm just thinking if I want to say this now. Actually, it's
Alpha. Wait, we gotta here. The crowd is chanting.
Yeah.
Say it.
No, we're doing a lot of really cool stuff. We're most likely gonna announce very soon that we're doing like a PC giveaway as part of a bigger prize pool in general. So there's stuff for the community like voters to walk away with. But in terms of like the games and the access to the games, so everything that we have, the plan is to obviously keep redistributing. So just to give you an idea, like on the community side, what we do is like AMAs with the games. We do like early access, playing with the dev type things where we'll get on the Twitch stream and we'll play the game against the founders or whatever and things like that. And usually we walk away with like a bunch of keys, a bunch of NFTs and so on. So that will continue to happen. And just with regards to the event itself, we do have like a prize pool, let me just say, of a bunch of like really cool stuff. And like the only thing I can tell you, because it'll probably get you hyped, is like a PC giveaway is also on the line. So yeah, I mean, we're not just giving stuff away to the games, we're also giving stuff away to the community, because again, it's gonna be almost Christmas, right? Like a couple of days, 10 days or something. Yeah, so yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
I think that's awesome.
What I love though, let me say this. What I love though is that we didn't say any of the stuff publicly, but we still had like 5,000 votes.
Are you serious?
In like the last 3 days and a half. Yeah, in the last 3 days and a half, 5,000 votes in on the People's Choice Award. So like I can't wait to announce this and then like check the number afterwards as well.
Yeah,
it should be a lot of fun.
Where are all those 5,000 people right now? Why aren't they watching Play Economy stream, learning about all the different games that are being voted on out here? We'll do that next time.
You're streaming at 2 a.m. Dubai time, Ryan. It's like 5, 6 a.m. in Southeast Asia. A lot of these people are sleeping.
Fair enough.
But you should plug the link afterwards, and I'll definitely make sure that the community.
Yeah. We'll put it in the show notes. So if you're watching the recording of this, they're sleeping. I know. Wake up. I have kids that wake me up at 5:30 every day. All right. Yes, we got to get on that grind.
But these are the kids. You got kids that these are the kids that need to sleep.
That's fair enough. So the one thing I also want to show, speaking of, we mentioned this a few times now, but Superior, the graphics.
The city
really
superheroes are now its own
which
villains.
Is like super
you
cool.
are responsible to bring the safety back to the people. Every time you start, you are unpowered, outgunned, and outnumbered. Before every mission, you get to choose one ability to take with you into battle, so choose wisely. You gain levels to permanently upgrade your character with a branching skill tree. After countless attempts, revives, and taking down enemies with massive Xeno-clapping hands, we finally made it to the final boss. Stick around to see if we manage to take it down.
Wow.
I think it's so OP, by the way, that clapping thing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is the first time
clapping thing is the best.
Pick this up.
Oh my god, I don't like jumping when you don't have that jumping boost. Do we have to sit and watch me play games?
Is this you playing games? Nice. It is Polkastarter gaming.
Oh, like that just seems very familiar. You gotta
did this show up as like the #1 like result on YouTube when you look for Superior?
This is one of them. That's one of them, man. It's up there. So we got that going. So again, I think that game is pretty sweet. There's one or two more I want to bring up as well. We got Metalcore, which I know a lot of people are very hyped about. They also have a pretty good gameplay trailer that is like, Superior is great. I hear you, Dave. Devout. Thanks, Sandbox. Yo.
This is really good.
I know. And this is like actual gameplay footage too, which is crazy.
Metalcore is like hardcore, honestly. Like
That's
the
great.
updates they do is like 40 GB worth of like update every time that you like started on the weekends and stuff, which is like a pain because obviously they have to optimize that. But like the fact that they've got 40 gigabytes worth of updates almost weekly is insane.
Yeah, I chatted with them a long time ago, and I think they've already been like developing that game for like 3 years, which is crazy. So they're like really jumping in. It's a good time. But yeah, it's
But do
like
you know, did they start building it Web3 or did they add it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure actually. No.
Yeah. But it's I don't know. It seems pretty cool. And like the infantry side of things had like a very Destiny type feel to it. Like, not to say that if you play Destiny, you should just go play Metalcore, but like it's like Destiny with like mechs, which is I think like really, really neat. So it has good vibes. And then let's see who would. Oh yeah, this one because everyone needs a good jump scare on a Wednesday evening. We got one more that I want to show off, which when I saw this video the first time, I was a little weirded out, but it's good. I'm glad someone's building in a different vibe.
Taken place. 2 bodies have been found.
Yeah, Unreal Engine is crazy, by the way.
Crazy.
What fun this is.
Like, crazy.
I don't know if you can hear me. I haven't forgotten about you. Be a good sport, let us in.
All right, your ears are burning. Fine. I'll turn it down. Sunflower Land. Thanks for showing up, Sunflower Land.
Don't run, child. I love you.
Like, talk about creepy.
Let the games begin.
Yeah, talk about
Rain
crazy.
sounds nice. I wish we could just stay here forever.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. And remember,
It's wild. You know, I remember we play tested this like ages before it was public, and it was so dark. Like it was genuinely super scary. And I remember like each time they would update it, they'd be like, okay, fine, we'll increase the brightness. Okay, fine, we'll make it less scary. Okay, fine. Because it was genuinely like unplayable. Like if you didn't like
if you didn't sit in a dark room and turn your brightness all the way up,
yeah, like it just wasn't gonna be your type of game. But now I think it's super fun, super playable. It's kind of I mean it's interesting, right? It's a different take on the shooter genre. It's like you're playing an FPS game, but there's like a demon chasing you, so it adds like that extra dynamic layer.
Yeah, it's also you know, again, if we're hearkening it to Web 2 games, it has a very I'm not Oblivion. Where do they go underwater and play the video game, like, or play the video game, like the underwater city, and they go through? Oh shit, I cannot remember.
Atlantis, Aquaman.
No, it's and they have big daddies with the big drill and like the submarine mask, and they're chasing.
Bioshock.
It has Bioshock type vibes of like the 1950s, which is really cool. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to Bioshock. Thank you, Sandbox. The other thing I wanted to show off real quick. I wasn't gonna do any more, but Sunflower Land just hopped in. Sunflower Land, thanks you for being here. One of the games is actually up for the award, so I wanted to show off some of their gameplay Shout it out to Sunflower Land. Thank you for being here today. Ooh, looking good, Sunflower Land.
Hi.
Very realistic
How you
graphics.
doing? I'm Mystic 7, and this.
All right, we're gonna skip
now
ahead
this
a little
week
bit.
is bigger than a mama.
So this is
to play the game. You have to
talk about.
think. We'll go over farming in a second. Above the farm, you
Becca,
have
you know,
the barn.
this is
where
me.
you have animals that you can raise.
This is your love.
Stardew,
Chicken,
this is my
cow,
love.
pigs,
We have a better
sheep,
video.
and the
Oh,
next
you
tab
did
is
tweet
the
at
bear
me.
tab. These
You
are
did tweet at me,
NFTs
Sunflower
that you
Land.
can
Give me a
craft
second.
that
Let me
give-
pull up the better video. Let me find it. They said that they have a better video ready. Notifications. Hold on.
Farm cat, keep the rats away. Don't you want to like
There.
have the cat attack the rats?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't like rats.
Here we go. Sunflower Land. Don't blow out my ears. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Pulling it up in the tab where I'm sharing the screen for everyone. All right. There we go. All right, Sunflower Land. Bring the people. Ooh, yeah. Farming crops. You know I can get down with that. I love gathering me some resources. Gotta go mining. Sunflower Army. Here we are. Get your bumpkin. Oh, wow. Island-based game. Go. Sunflower Army is here. Wow, they really do show up. Thanks, Sunflower Army. Here we go. Love it. More flowers, please. Yo! Sunflower Army, let's go! Ooh, Treasure Island, Stonehaven. Saucy. All right.
How quickly are you gonna play that game, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Well, as long as the kids are asleep, I'm definitely checking it out all the time. Ooh, with the QR code at the end, Sunflower Army, giving the shout out. Well done. Thanks for coming through, Sunflower Army. I'm a big Stardew Valley fan. I'm a big Animal Crossing fan. I just, I love to build up a community. Find what's troubling them, find the problems of the people, and help solve them. Other than Tom Nook. Tom Nook, that bastard. That rat bastard. Other than Tom Nook, I'm looking to help out everyone in the community. Sunflower, just Sunflower. That might be, just Sunflower Land. I would love the idea of being a verb. I just sunflowered. Watch out. So if you guys are looking for a new verb to use, holy shit, we just tripled the amount of people who are viewing. You know what, Sunflower Land? We'll give your video, because everyone's popping in here. We went from 10 to 30 people watching live right now. Let's pop that one back up on the stream one more time, and we'll play this as the outro. Actually, real quick. OG. Before we play this as the outro, Sunflower Land, because hot damn, I think I found my people. Omar,
Ryan just joined the cult.
I just joined the cult.
Oh
here we go. I am drinking the Kool-Aid. Here it happened. Live on
Omar's
stream.
like, why? Why?
Biased
judge. Biased
I know, biased. Yeah.
That's why I've got a straight face, right? I'm like, sure.
It's terrible. We hate it.
I know. It's I'll straight face it. But what's going on? Where can people find you now that we're at the end of this? We're wrapping up shortly. What should people be paying attention to? Where can they find you?
Actually, can I ask you to pull up the website award page just so people actually know what it looks like? But basically, we made it super easy for people to hop in and find out more about the awards and find out how to vote and all that stuff. You can just go to our website, which is Polkastarter.gg.
Pulling it up right now. There we go. People Choice Award.
There you go. So either Polkastarter.gg, and then you go to the awards tab, or you could just type Game Awards with a 3 instead of the e.com, or I think you could type the Game Awards with a 3.com. And like there's all sorts of links.
I won't test it live.
Yeah. Basically, you can just go straight in here. You'll be able to see all of the good stuff, whether it's the video announcement, the number of jury members, the games, the awards, etc., etc. Actually, if you scroll a bit down, you'll also see like who's on the jury.
Who's on the jury? Oh, look at that guy right there! What a lovely. Oh man! Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to read Ryan's comments about his favorite gaming memories and stuff.
Dig in.
And yeah, we've got the categories up here. If you scroll a bit down, I think there's the jury members plus the partners that are on board.
Yes.
And like what really matters right now, especially I mean for everyone that's here from Sunflowerland as well, we've invited all the communities. If you go all the way back to the top, you'll see that nominations are live for People's Choice Award. This is the only game. I've already okay, you gotta log in. This is the only award that is 100% community voting for a game. So whatever community wants to rally behind whatever game gets to essentially decide. This is the one where we had over 5,000 votes, and we're still counting.
Wow.
It's still gonna keep going. So yeah, I mean, feel free to go in right there. Today is the 24th now in Dubai. It's probably still the 23rd for you in the US, but 24th, 11 a.m. EST. The press release should be out with all the final nominees for each category, and then this banner right here is going to change, and it will be nominees are out, vote now, and you'll be able to actually go through every single category and vote for your favorite game. So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to keep an eye out on. And yeah, hopefully, I mean, all the communities involved will have something to be happy with.
Sunflowerland, you heard it here. This is where you go to vote, all right, for the People's Choice Award. Log in, make it happen, get Sunflowerland going. It's not just me out there voting, all right, everyone? And I swear I'm not biased. All right, let's play.
He's already voted for the record. Yeah, he's done.
I actually did submit my votes. In a
you
very
can't sway him to do anything.
Yeah. Too late. Actually, if you take me on a long walk on the beach, I'll see if I can write a certainly worded email, and it might sway my vote. But yeah, everyone go check out Polkastarter.gg. I will drop that link in the show notes for the recording, just in case, just so everyone can check it out. And then this has been fantastic. It's like I want to go through, and I could just sit around and stream and just watch hype videos and do reaction videos all day. I didn't think I was going to become a reaction vlogger, but that may be in my near future for a little bit. But let's go back. We'll watch that sunflower. We'll watch that Sunflowerland.
That music.
And just vibe out. We'll turn it down a bit so we don't bleed everyone's ears out again. But no, this has been really, really cool. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for letting me be a jury member as well. I really, really appreciate it. And excited to see what's next. I'm excited to see what kind of comes through and see the next stage. See what the final 32 are. It'll be cool. All right, Sunflowerland. You get it. You know the deal. Sunflowerland. I just got sunflowered. Here, it's happening here live today. I'm going to go get my bumpkin after this.
Yeah, gotta get your bumpkin.
Yeah.
What is a bumpkin?
Right.
Is that a real thing?
I guess it's your little farmer.
I guess so. I guess your country bumpkin? Is that offensive? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm in North Carolina. I'll ask around and see if there's any country bumpkins out there that are offended.
How do you feel? How many people did you survey for your SX Bets ads? 200?
Oh, yeah. 200 people. No? I'll reach back out to those folks and see what they say. Yeah.
It's always worth getting a second opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks everyone. Make sure you all subscribe to this channel. We are talking about Web3 games all the time. We don't just talk about Sunflowerland as much as I may want to. This has been another wonderful episode of Play Economy. Thank you all for joining. We love you.
Thank you, Omar.
Yeah,
not
thank
just
you,
Omar. So much more.
Not just Omar. Oliver, do you want to say hi real quick? You're normally asleep. Here, come here. Say hi.
Oh.
No, we're hiding.
Hard to get.
No, he knows the drill. But thank you all. We love each of you individually and equally, as long as you subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. We'll catch y'all soon.
Bye, Oliver.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, of course, man.